It's Tiny Tarot time on a full moon. Full moon in Sagittarius. This will still apply whenever you're seeing it, but all of these energies and themes will apply for you because these energies are in it while I'm creating this. I hope that makes sense. Yes, the Fool right away. A brand new journey is coming on this day whenever you're seeing this. Knight of Wands. Three of Pentacles. You've been waiting so long for this new beginning, for this passionate new timeline to race in, and it's finally here. Look at that. Ace of Swords coming out after. Ooh, and cards just dropped. I'll get that in a second. Ace of Swords is letting you know that all the things that were being held back, all the times that people or situations lied or slandered on your name, those are being cleared. It is also a nod and a statement from the universe that they've seen and have seen how strong and courageous and brave you had to be while you were waiting for this new beginning to come in. Look at that. Bottom of the deck is 10 of Swords. I'll pick the cards up in 1 second. With the 5 of Swords. And that is talking about all the stuff you are being strong through. It was all the people that were stabbing you in the back or lying on you or trying to sabotage, or even complexes of thought within yourself that were holding you back, whether it was imposter syndrome or codependency issues or whatever. You had things going on, themes playing in your life where people were stealing from you, hurting you, pretending when they weren't actually on your side. All of those different rats of behavior. Let me pick the cards off the floor now. I started saying that almost like the Swedish chef from the Muppets for a second. That was kind of funny. The Queen of Wands was on the floor in reverse while all the other cards were kind of separate. So this is also a message about a toxic feminine, whether it's a fire sign or not, who played like they were really confident, but inside they were cowards. This is not you. This is somebody else who tried to act like they were leader and so great and so amazing and so desired, and they really were none of that. It was all bravado and bullshit. Kind of like how the wizard from The Wizard of Oz was just a freaking dude that was using a lot of electronics. Spoiler alert. I feel like we all know that, right? Okay. 6:16 on the clock. So kind of like Dorothy realizing that even those that were playing a big game and acting like they were King Koopa of a hill were really just liars and full of bullshit. So part of what you had to do was get out of that problematic shit. 8 of Swords, you had to realize that some of the mentalities that you believed about yourself, about how life had to be, all of that had to be cleared up because it was holding you back. Remember, there's a lot of swords here. So swords are always usually about mental thought processes, mental patterns, reactions, beliefs that trigger other things. So train honk in the background. And then you got the High Priestess in reverse. So whoever this was trying to keep you trapped. It could be mother wounds, just as a general statement. You could say, my mother was amazing. Great. That's not necessarily what mother wounds mean. It's a category of things, okay? Just like if I said you had father wounds, that doesn't necessarily mean that your dad was a bad person. It means it's a category of stuff. Okay, like neglect, rejection, and abandonment wounds are not only just physical. There's emotional neglect. There's spiritual neglect. Okay, so start looking into a bigger realm of scope versus micro. You want to macro it a little bit sometimes to get yourself out of muscle memory protection. Like, no, that doesn't have anything to do with me, because otherwise you're not digging down deep enough to reroot the weeds into a pile that no longer is messing with your roses, so to speak. And that was definitely a channeled message for someone, because I just got flash images of the cartoon Alice in Wonderland. You can tell a lot of things from the flowers, especially in the month of June. And we're in June as I'm recording this. Ooh, 444 as I said that. So then you got the 4 of Wands in reverse with the 4 of Cups upright. And that's interesting considering I just saw 444 on the timer as well, right? So what that is saying is whether it was people and or stuff going on within yourself, all of this is being cleared up. Remember, you got the Fool and the Ace of Swords talking about a brand new timeline. Do not allow the liar, gaslighting voices of others from the past, or even that's been ruminating as an echo in your head maybe, stop you from having this new beginning, a new timeline. Don't allow yourself to feel like it's impossible for you to have celebration, union, happiness, without feeling sick and wrong for it. Six of Swords after that is saying, yes, Spirit is moving you to a much better emotional environment. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're literally moving. You don't have to. Very often people will move actual physical locations and not realize that if you don't break the patterns of the wounds, all you're doing is moving to a new location and starting the same pattern all over again. The names and faces will change, but the results will remain the same, and you'll start being like, why did this happen again? Because you didn't dig deep enough to get the deep-rooted stuff and change the patterns of thought. All right. That's why very often you'll see people moving from location to location or person to person, thinking somehow it will suddenly fix, when it's literally the petri dish of origin that needs to get fixed. Like the origin thought of like, you're not worthy unless you put in certain effort, or you're not deserving of healthy love because you've never seen it before. You are meant to have a glorious, beautiful reality. This is the Star card. What's attached to it, behind it? Knight of Pentacles. Yes, you were being brought this beautiful new journey, and underneath the Six of Swords is the Death card in reverse. And the reason they're only showing that now is to let you know, yes, things changed in ways you weren't expecting. I'm gonna have to get a new one of these. I keep seeing it starting to do like a dupe. All of a sudden you're looking at my belly button. No, the world is now turning in your favor. So the endings that had to happen, the changes that had to be made, even when you're like, that's not what I wanted, you wanted your highest and best good to happen. You wanted your best and highest timeline where you're wealthy, prosperous, abundant, feeling all the love. Then certain things had to be ended for you to get you to the place you're meant to be. All right, which quite frankly is among the stars. So the world and the star is telling you, you have a blessed reality coming in now, okay? And you don't have to worry about the rest of the shit. You are divinely connected. You have spirit watching over to help you. I know it hasn't felt like that in a lot of cases, but there it is again. Four of Wands, and I swear, somehow every once in a while, this amazing tiny tarot just magically makes a card appear. So you have the Four of Wands in reverse when we were talking about certain topics previously, and now Spirit is making sure you understand you are going to get your happily ever after. The Four of Wands upright is celebration, it's union, it's accomplishments being seen and acknowledged, it's success beyond your wildest dreams. It also can mean a true love union coming through finally. Remember, the world turning in your favor means all the things you've always wanted and thought were impossible. Impossible. Things are happening every day. Impossible means I'm possible. And if I'm possible, that means all the things you want are possible too. See, the Lovers in reverse is actually excellent because that means there's no karmic ties any longer to the people that are coming in. The more healing you've been doing, the more the brand new love that can come in is nobody toxic from the past ever again. Never, ever, ever isn't anybody toxic going to be coming through because you've been manifesting like a mofo for only good to come through. So you are going to be able to sit very prosperous and abundant. No longer feeling stuck and trapped in other people's mind games or bullshit. Three of Swords is in reverse, and you need to keep that in mind. Just because previously things were dire doesn't mean they need to be that way. I cut the deck and there it is again. Another Death card. Wow. And this one is letting you know that all the nastiness is ended. Only beautiful, beneficial things are coming through now for you. It is going to be a blessing. It's going to be a mitzvah, if that's your thing. And it's not going to be toxic because in every time you've made sure you cleared things out that would have held all of that in a lack. All right. Use the link in my bio. Look into readings, Reiki sessions, cord cuttings, so much more. You're not meant to stay boxed in limited thoughts of other people, and true love's coming in, and a loving, balanced, harmonious life for yourself is coming in. It's part of this new timeline that you've earned and you deserve and you're worthy of, and it's here now. Keep the faith, keep believing. Use the link in my bio. I love you.